Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new point of view review, and in front of us of course is the new Škoda Octavia RS. This is the 2.0 TSI, 245 horsepower. It's a front wheel drive. If you want an all-wheel drive, you need to go for the diesel with a 200 horsepower. This one's a 7-speed automatic. If we unlock the car, you can see those nice matrix LED lights we're going to test in outside the city in full pitch black. You can see 17-inch alloy wheels. You can get also 18-inch. I would advise 17 more comfort. Even with this adaptive suspension, it's more comfortable. I've tested also on the 18, so this is my recommendation. Also, this is sport suspension, 15 millimeters lower than the standard, so watch out for those curbs when you're going up. And this is the back. You have that gimmick, very nice and elegant. We pop the trunk with a key. You can also see dynamic turn signals, very elegant. 600 liters, very spacious. You can see insides, so you can close it up. This is electronic, all blacked out on the rear spoiler, everything. Roof is blacked out, and the front badge by the dealer. Also, the car has distances on the both wheels, so it looks better. It's 20 millimeters both front and rear. Nice illumination, ambient lights in front, no on the rear. Very nice interior inside. I'm just gonna put my key in my pocket so I don't forget it when I'm exiting the car. So, quick comment on the interior. Personally, I love this. You have Alcantara, soft, everything is on the top soft, so it's very much feels premium. Turn on the car. So I have our warnings here. Turn on heat, steering wheel heating. Currently it's 3 Celsius degrees outside, so it's pretty cold. Winter days are coming, so just a quick look of the ambient lights, and then we're gonna head off. So you have here Škoda green, you have winter, summer, ocean, race. You can turn it all off if you want to for some reason, or automatic. It then drives according to the driver profile: eco, comfort, normal, sport, and individual. I'm gonna stay in the comfort for now, and you can go onto individual, and over here you can customize like the layout. You can swap the colors. You can have only one color or multiple, and you can control the brightness. So I'm just gonna leave it on this. So you can change also the virtual cockpit. These are the, let's call them the faces. You can also have the navigation. You can have the navigation on the main screen. So if you go into navigation, now someone play with this. It's supposed to be on automatic. It goes dark, as you can see. You can see 3D buildings, stuff like that. Okay, and over here we also have like lane assist, stuff like that. The cruise control, this also has a adaptive cruise control, so it's pretty good. Yeah, enough showcase. Let's show the speakers and then head off. So I'm just gonna play some music. Okay, so there's the Canton speakers. I think they're okay, but they could be a lot better. I think they were better in previous generation when I tested them a little bit more. So I'm not really sure if it's worth the extra money. So let's head out, put it to drive, and we're off. Car locked itself. So car has a pretty good turning radius when you're on the parking. It's not too shabby. So let's immediately start talking about the car and driving feeling on the road as soon as this car passes. So let's talk about your driving. So strongest petrol version in the Octavia so far. Very good response, has a kick when you put it to sport, and it's very nippy, especially on the highway, keeps going. Maximum speed is 250 kilometers per hour. We're not going to test that because it's illegal in Croatia. We're not in German Autobahn, but we're going to test it to 150 on the highway because we have tolerance, although the speed limit is 130. So the car is very comfortable. Now we're currently in the comfort, and as I mentioned, we're on winter tires now. I would advise going for the 17-inch because you get more tire, more comfort on the road, especially when you're going across the speed bumps like this one. In a sport, if you put it to sport, it's more stiffer, so you can feel those a lot more. So this is what I love about this car in particular. It is very comfortable daily driver, but if you want to, it could be a sports car, which it is. So steering is also progressive depending on the driving mode. Sport, you get more feedback, and on the comfort, it's more light. The brakes are very good. They're not too aggressive, oversensitive. They're just how they are supposed to be, I would say. Just, you know, on that sweet spot. Handling of the car is very confident, and the RS petrol version has a excuse me, a limited slip differential on the back, which means the power is sent to the wheel that has more traction. If you're on a slippery like an ice, the other wheel is gonna, if it's not on the ice, if it's on a snow or tarmac, is gonna get more grip. Sorry, looks like my throat is a little bit dry. Anyway, I was saying, so also you have a multi-link on the back, so you have more comfort. So this is actually very comfortable car, even for the passengers on the back, and it's very stable on the road. Even if you go harsh in the corners, the back end doesn't stick out, you know. It's just very confident on the road. Now the noise level and the cabin proof is very good. Now I did criticize the style package because the car was in on summer tires, 19-inch, so it was more hard. That's why I'm suggesting you go for the 17-inch. And the car had a little bit damage on the B-pillar in particular, and there was some sort of whistling noise coming from the side on the left. When I tested the petrol version, the 1.5 TSI, and now the RS, I must say the Octavia 4 has a excellent soundproof in the cabin. So I think even the RS, because of this extra padding, maybe it has a better soundproof. So it's very decent. Of course, if it's a windy day outside and if you drive you know, 150, it's going to be a little bit noisy, but in general it's a very good soundproof. Also, the overview around you in the car is very good, especially in the side mirrors. Even on the back, it's not a huge deal. Of course, you have parking sensors and the rear backing camera, and on the front, if you're taller, you can see the hood. If not, that's also fine. You also have a heads-up display here in this car. It's an option, but I would, you know, pick it maybe, but it's more of a showcase feature. I'm personally used to watching the digital speedometer, and you have all these faces you can choose, so not really sure if it's necessary. My habit is watching the, you know, the classic speedometer instead of the heads-up display. You should be able to see it in the camera, hopefully, this time. You can really customize the information you have on your digital display. I like the fact, if you watch my video that I titled "What I Hate About Škoda Octavia 4," it's more like what I dislike. It looks like Škoda maybe watched the video, I'm not sure. They added a clock, they added a temperature outside, inside the digital cockpit. So that's a plus. I had some critics, they've been fixed, so I guess. And they also heard, like in December, they're gonna launch a new update for the infotainment because there are some small bugs. But yeah, should be fixed with the next software update. Okay, so the interior, I must say the sport seats are very comfortable, despite that they are sport and they're like a shell, but they're very good. They're very supportive, very comfortable, and most important, they have lumbar support. They also have, this car has massage seats, so I haven't really tested that, to be honest, but it's a nice feature I would recommend. And also I would recommend going for the Alcantara leather option. The leather is vegan, but still it's so much better, honestly. Just gonna pop the light for a moment. You can see that, very nice. The standard is textile. I would go for this. This is definitely worth the money. Also, I noticed this nice padding, which is Alcantara. It's not soft like on the textile version and the lower packages, but still it's very nice and soft, so it has that posh feeling inside the interior. We should be coming close to the highway soon, so I'm gonna switch to the sport so you can see the performance of this car. But before we do that, you're probably wondering what's the consumption of this car. Well, let's check it out. So I've got a friend I was driving this car, but I also have been filming this car, a few B-roll shots, so maybe the consumption went up, and it's cold outside. So it's currently saying since start 16 liters. So long term 13.8. It was before, when I got it first time, 15 and around 10. My friend got it around 9 in the city, and since refueling it says here 11.3. I'm going to do after, and then I'm going to cut in the 100 kilometers around the city approximately, and I'm going to do a consumption test. So I'm going to just drive nicely according to speed limits and simulate how much is the lowest. So you're going to see this. I'm going to cut it in at some point, but we're going to just ignore this consumption for now, because this is a test car. Every day people jump into it, they drive it for a short spin in the city or the highway, they punch the gas, so you know, they're basically abusing the car in a way. So you know, they're always punching the car, they want to test the car, they want to see the performance. So it is logical that the fuel consumption on the computer is very high. So one thing I want to notice is if you go to the driving mode, and I'm in comfort, so echo and comfort, the car is going to be very silent. I mean, the engine is silent, so you really don't hear it too much. But if you go to normal or sport, which I'm going to switch to now to sport, you get this fake sound. This is by Škoda, so we're gonna check the performance. Also, the automatic has a new double clutch with wet oil, so it can handle more torque and more horsepower. Let's punch it all the way. So that was very nice, very responsive. Downhill. Back in comfort. You can see excellent performance of the Matrix LED lights. There is a little bit of wind outside today. Okay, I'm gonna lower my speed. So around 100 kilometers, there's a far less noise. Mostly tire. 130. A little bit of wind noise coming from the side mirrors, and then 150. More wind noise. I also noticed that the tarmac, the asphalt here is a little bit more rough, so in combined with the winter tires, it's more windy. Excuse me, more noisy. And it is a windy day, so there's a lot of noise in the cabin. Someone fast through behind me, so we're gonna let him pass. Also have that blind assist. Very nice. Now the cruise control, you can play with the assists. Have side warning, all the good stuff. This car was packed. Now you can control the distance in front of you, and with a little lever below the turn signal, you can control the speed and the distance in the car in front of you. You can see the car is detecting lanes. It's very good. It keeps you in the middle for the most part, so it doesn't hit one side and go to the other side. It keeps you in the middle, so it is very, very good. Now the system is noticing that I'm not holding the steering wheel. It has capacitive sensors inside the steering wheel, so it's not anymore you wiggle the steering wheel and you can just fool it. You have to squeeze the steering wheel in a way now, so they've upgraded the system for the safeties, so they're making sure you are paying attention to the road, so the car won't drive you. It will take over for a while, and it's very good actually in turns. So I'll just lower the speed here now. The car is lowering the speed. It's also very good. So this is the DCC up to 210 kilometers per hour. So it is very good in the traffic. It stops for you, goes for you automatically, and keeps the distance in the car in front of you. And you can set the distance, of course, on the commands. So if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe if you like the content, and click the bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. And now we're heading up to the place where we're gonna test the performance of this matrix LED lights, which are far the best I've seen in the car industry so far, to be honest. So very impressed with those. So I'm gonna take also a few photos with my iPhone with the night mode, so you can see better than this GoPro 8 camera. Now what I would like this system to have is to recognize the traffic light, because you know it doesn't. If I want to turn here where it's red light, the car won't stop. So maybe that's something Škoda and Volkswagen Group can improve in the future, definitely. But the cruise control, well, the adaptive ACC is very, very good. I think even a little bit, not a little bit, a lot better than the Volkswagen version, in my opinion. Okay, so we're coming to our road, to the part where there is no street lights. We're gonna test the performance of the lights, of the headlights, but we're also gonna see, so if I push to the forward, then it's the automatic beam is gonna turn on. You can see how it's spread. It's also going to narrow back when we come to the area where there is lights. You're gonna see that in a second. We're also gonna come to the part where there's they're turned off completely. Okay, no one behind us, and in front there's Official time 0 to 100 is 6.7. We're going to do a little test. So ECS to sport. Starts up is off. Mode sport. Hold the brake, plus and minus, all the way. Launch control active. That was fast. And pretty good brakes. Okay, so this is the area where it's pitch black. So if I slow down, you're gonna see the beam shrink. It's now. And then if I speed up, it's gonna widen, spread. I have to pass 30 kilometers per hour. So if we slow down back, turns off. So this is a full beam. You can see a lot. So these are definitely the best lights on the market. And then if I turn the fogs, you can see on the sides they also turn in the corners. So I'm going to grab my iPhone, so just to show you the video comparison. iPhone has a little bit better camera. Okay guys and ladies, of course, you can see the performance of the matrix LED lights are the best on the market. You can see this, very good. And then if you see the fogs as well on the sides, very good. There is also cornering lights when you turn into the corner. Once again, full beam, and this is, you can see, automatic. So if I speed up past 30 kilometers per hour, beam spreads. And then if I slow down, shuts off. Punched in navigation, so you can see it also in the heads-up display. You can see it in the virtual cockpit as well, so it's very nice. Or you can also change the view if you want to. So you can see that in front of you as well. You can see the nice.
Now turn left onto Ubrzanje.
It's so funny when it pronounces Croatian names in English. Also, it's nice, the automatic DCC cruise control will stop by itself. I'm not even on the brakes, as you can see. Car is stopping by itself. It's gonna fully stop. Now this is a adaptive cruise control, so it works up to 210. It's definitely worth the upgrade because it is extra. Car started itself. I didn't even touch the brake, so I've set the maximum speed to the limit. And I only have to hold the steering wheel because it's going to freak out after a few minutes. But the car, once this car is gone, it's going to speed up. So as you can see, very, very nice in the traffic start go. The only thing, I wish maybe the cruise control was on the steering wheel because there's a lever, but I keep sometimes hitting the turn signal by mistake. It probably goes away once you get used to the car. Also doing a fuel consumption test, so I reset the computer. So currently have 6 liters, driving 70-80 kilometers per hour. We're gonna see if it's gonna drop. So I changed it to, I also reset it the long term, only not the since refueling. So we're gonna see if we can get it lower than 6 liters that we currently have. And the voice commands turns on for no reason. Also when you hear that high rev sounds as well. Okay, everyone, cutting this at some point. So you can see at the moment I reset the computer and I've been driving for almost an hour, 10 minutes, 90 kilometers, and my average speed is 75 kilometers per hour and my fuel consumption is 5.5. I'm in eco. When I was in comfort, consumption was around 6 liters, and you can see since refueling has dropped to 8.7. So I'm really impressed with this car. You can have this as a daily driver, as a relaxing comfort drive. If you have kids, because it's a spacious car with a big, you know, trunk space. But if you want to have fun, you just switch it to sport. You can go on a track. It's a fun car. You'll have 10-15 liters consumption depending on your driving style, but it's nice to know you can have a very friendly car when it comes to just regular driving in the city, in the traffic. 5.5 liters. I'm sure you can get it maybe to around 5 liters. Not sure really about 4, but around 5 liters is pretty impressive, considering this car has 245 horsepower and it's a petrol. It's not a diesel, but this is very close to diesel. I mean, my 1.6 diesel has round this on a open road, so a little bit better maybe, but this is very close. So this is very impressive for a petrol car with this much of power. Okay everyone, so my impressions of the car, I would say very excellent car. My recommendation definitely if you're looking for a daily driver that could be comfortable car for a family, spacious, big trunk space, 600 liters with a opening with a glass, so it's a liftback, hatchback, whatever you call it in your country, and also can be sport car when you need it. It's very fun as well. There's petrol to choose, or still the diesel, and if you want you can choose the plug-in hybrid. So this car is very comfortable, very responsive, overall huge value for money. You really get a lot in Škoda. The RS is excellent in my opinion. The packages vary slightly depending on the importer, local importer and countries, but I would advise picking the Alcantara sport seats as mentioned. But the ride is just comfortable, and also go for the 17-inch alloys, but everything else is great. I like the navigation. You have banks, McDonald's, stuff like that here, and 3D buildings, shopping malls. This is a very nice car, and definitely a recommendation, not just because I'm personally a fan of Škoda cars, which have improved a lot in latest generations, but like, not biased opinion, I think this is a really good
destination. It is on the left side of the road.
It is a very good value for money, so I would definitely consider this car if you're looking for this segment. And we end in the garage, so you can see a little bit interior in a more lighted up environment. If you want to see driving without talking, you can see day and night. Listen to this one in the garage. If I put it to sport, it's just projected through the speakers inside. So we're gonna park and then I'm gonna leave, so you can see the car in the garage a bit. And this looks like a nice space spot. Hazards on. It's like a law in Croatia, but some people don't use it, but it's just playing by the book, let's say. You can dip the right mirror, and you can use this backing camera, which is very nice, high graphic resolution. Also has this projections. When you're moving, you can see the I'm in the spot, and you can see the red would be not to hit the wall. Park. So don't forget your phone, don't forget your key. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. There's also a full in-depth review of this car, the entire infotainment, heads-up display, all the functionalities, 1 hour long, and there is also a short video of the day. There's going to be separated at night, so you can see all the details you want. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay safe on the road and at home. Just swipe here if you have your key in your pocket, and it just locks automatically. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.